Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I'm here with something a little bit different. I got a message from one of you, from Stacy, and I'd like to read it because it's a question and then I would like to answer it. Stacy says, as a mom who is 44 and raised in a time when what you wore determined how you were looked at and treated, short skirts and heavy makeup meant slut. It's hard for me, having an 18-year-old daughter, to let her be herself and dress how she wants without putting all of the judgments I grew up with on her. I always try to let her express herself however she wants to, but sometimes it's hard. It's not that she dresses or acts inappropriately, it's just that sometimes the skirts are a little short and the tops are a little cropped. I don't want other people to look at her and judge her unfairly, and that is where the hard part comes in for me. How do I protect her from hateful people while still letting her be herself? This question is incredible. As I'm sure you can tell by listening to it, it hits on so many different things, but I want to just touch on two. How do I protect her from hateful people? You can't. Maybe that's not the best way to start this advice post, and I don't know what it feels like to have a child. I can only imagine how hard it is to know that this world is a place that contains hate sometimes, and that your child, any of our children, may be subject to that hate. You can't protect her from that. You can teach her about that. And it sounds like that's what you're already doing. What I love about this question is that you're not asking, hey, how do I get my daughter to stop dressing this way, right? You're approaching it already in this super nuanced way. You're saying, I know that this is messed up. The world should not be like this. My daughter should be able to wear whatever she wants. And that's the second part. Your daughter should be able to wear whatever she wants. And that is her choice. And if she's educated in terms of what other people might think of her based on her appearance, that is all she needs, right? She needs the support of her mom, which it sounds like she has, and she needs the knowledge of what goes on out there in the world. And some of that you can give to her, and some of that she's only gonna get by walking in her own shoes, in her own short skirts, in her own crop tops in this world. So I feel really strongly that the answer here is in conversation. If it's an issue of safety, then it's something where you as her parent may need to set rules and set boundaries because you are protecting her safety, right? But if this is just a matter of her skirts are a little short and her shirts are a little cropped, and I'm afraid that people will judge her, you should just have this conversation with her and explain to her how messed up it is that we live in a world where women are judged based on their appearance every day. You should talk to her about feminism and why it is so important for all of us, all genders of us, to engage in actively talking about feminism. And you should tell her that she should always be able to come to you and talk to you if anything ever happens to her. And I'm not talking about if somebody physically violates her or if somebody screams at her across the street. Of course she should talk to you about those things, but she should also be able to talk to you about a weird look that she got or a note that was passed in school or anything like that, because she should know that one of the most important pieces of her life can be examining those moments and really figuring out what they mean, where they come from, and how we start to do work to uproot those things, right? The work is never us wearing longer skirts or us wearing more concealing tops. The work is us talking about how messed up it is that sometimes we feel that we can't. So I know I started this by saying, you can't protect her. And what I mean is that you can't protect her from the world. It's here, it exists. There's nothing that we can do to change the world we live in right this instant, but we can work at changing the world we live in the future. And you can't protect her from that, but you can protect her in a sense by continuing to educate her, by continuing to give her books to read and movies to watch and articles to dissect and bringing stuff up at dinner and just talking about these things. When I was in high school and then college, that was really the time when I started to be like, wait, this is messed up, right? And then I wanted to learn more and read more and argue more, and that's how my whole career was started. And that's why I'm here talking through my iPhone to you, and that's powerful. And those are the tools that you can give to her. But I still walk out that door into the same world, and if I wear a certain thing or if I walk a certain way, the world's going to view me a certain way, parts of the world, and that's just the reality. So knowing that is powerful, and her knowing that she should not feel obligated to change the way she looks because of that is also really powerful. So that is my advice. I hope that it helps you. If you have advice questions specifically, you can leave them below, and there's a cat running around. If you have advice questions, you can leave them below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Stacy, I hope this helped. Stacey, I hope this helped. I need to deal with my child right now. His name is Clark. He's not even mine. He's my nephew. I will talk to you all soon.